Hi everyone and welcome back to Fight Zone. Today I want to talk to you about Slayer, the vampire Daniel. He's the equivalent of a tank, thus he hits hard, but has several defects that make him peculiar. Since to make big damage, he has to cover those weak points. He focuses on direct damage, and if the opponent retaliates, you can take the round in a few combos. I'm Sasawadi and this is Fight Zone.
Don't be afraid to look yourself in the eye. Big blast on you, that's my heart beating you.
Similarly to Soul, Slayer is a rushdown character, but it differs from him for one thing. He doesn't have any projectile to cover him and runs the risk to be caught in a counter hit thanks to his main move, the Dandy Step. However, before talking about Dandy Step, let's focus on his movement. Slayer, unlike most of the cast, cannot run on the ground. He can still air dash, but on the ground, he can teleport in two set distance instead of dash, by either pressing the button or by holding the button forward while using the dash command. This makes Slayer random, since he can also go over the opponent for a sweet left and right mix-up, inverting guard at the very last moment. He can also cancel his back and forward dash into a jump or other special, and the back dash possesses much more invincibility than the average one. Speaking of which, the back dash can be used for a back dash cancel, allowing him to transfer said invincibility into other specials. Another way to move for him is the Dandy Step itself, an evasive move that, although effective, puts him in constant counter state. For now, let's just say that it can be used together with the Wire C option to interrupt this movement and keep the momentum of the move for easy mobility and mix-up potential. Another unusual way of moving around is with jumping 2K. As long as you manage to time yourself, you'll be able to fly for a very long time, becoming effectively unpredictable while being in the air. 5K, 2K, 5P and 2P are great tools at Slayer's disposal. They keep the opponent at a safe distance and allow Slayer to convert them in combos should the opponent ever react. 5P is also a great anti-air, guaranteeing a knockdown and a good chunk of damage. 2D can also be used from the distance, but it's risky after you get blocked. Once up close, Slayer doesn't forgive. Close slash and far slash put the opponent in constant pressure, and together with the normals we just covered, it can easily force the opponent to block. Close slash can also be jump cancel, allowing you to follow up with either jumping K or jumping H, depending on the situation at hand, or go for more pressing with 6H, a very wide attack, or 6K, an overhand attack that can also be faked by holding the K button, and if Wire C'd, it provides more option for mix-ups. 6P is also a good choice since it has upper body invincibility and can be converted in combos while near the corner. 2H has been buffed with the latest patch and now covers a bigger range, and not only hits low, but it can be converted into a combo in the corner. Now, unlike most normals in the game, Slayer needs to link all of his attacks, making it a little bit awkward at first, but after a while, you'll get used to it. Now, most of his normals can be converted in damage quite easily, and even if blocked, they keep Slayer at a safety distance. However, his specials don't have the same safety and can lead into counter hits if not spaced correctly, including his main one, Dandy Step, which is why we'll have to first look at the others and then we'll cover all of the Dandy Step conversions. Mappa Hunch is a quick straight punch that covers a lot of distance in front of Slayer. It's your main ender for short combo strings and leads into fat combos with just 50% of tension through the right RC. With Wire C instead, it becomes a great tool to move around, and on counter can be followed by 5K and another Mappa Hunch. Blood-sucking universe, it's his command throw and steals a bit of life from the opponent, plus it staggers him, allowing you to follow up with any mix-up you want or get another bite if you want. It can also be converted into a combo with Red RC. Undertow is an unblockable, but it's not that useful unless the opponent is really stupid. It can be converted into a combo with Red RC, but you'll never do that, so forget about the special completely. Footloose Journey is a normal that ends most of your air strings, especially on block for making space between you and your opponent. It can also be converted into a combo while near the corner, but you need to be very close to your opponent while in the air. In other words, you need to do an instant air dash followed by Footloose Journey. Now this section will be for all of the Dandy Step specials, since they are the main source of damage for Slayer. As we mentioned before, Dandy Step has multiple uses. Not only it has its follow-ups, but it can also allow Slayer to evade some attacks if timed correctly, and it can also be used as a movement tool with Wire C. Because of Dandy Step, the opponent will try to stop him while he's doing it, and most of the time, this plan leads to unpleasant results for him. There are two versions of Dandy Step, a short one and a long one. Why is it important? Because one of the follow-ups changes effect depending on the version of Dandy Step. Pile Bonker is your main follow-up and slams the opponent to the other side of the screen. I never used this move in my own matches because it's risky, but it hurts. A lot. As mentioned before, Pile Bonker changes its effect depending on the Dandy Step that you use. If you use the P version, it launches the opponent, but on counter you get a wall bounce. You can convert into combos by using either the red or C when the normal one hits, or on counter hit, you can land 6H in order to use another Pile Bonker without the need of using 50% of tension. If you use the K version, it still launches the opponent into the corner, but it will cause a wall stick if you're close enough, and then you can follow up with another K Pile Bonker. On counter, it causes a ground roll that carries the opponent to the other side of the screen and lets you do another combo. On block, it's better to red or C's move, since you'll be completely open afterwards. Don't throw it out mindlessly then. Crosswise heel, it's your second way for converting lots of strings into air combos. It's an anti-air follow-up that launches the opponent in the air and leaves him open for a full air combo. If you get a counter with only one of the two kicks, you'll have the opportunity to use 6H followed by Pile Bonker. Again, on block, it's just an unsafe move as Pile Bonker, if not spaced well correctly. But, on the bright side, there's a little invincibility right in between the two hits and when you start the move itself. Under pressure, it's the only almost safe follow-up from Dandy Step. It's a simple punch that hits very high and can be used as a situational anti-air or to convert it confirms from either 6H or crosswise heel. It's also a tool for your Okizeme game in conjunction with its follow-up, It's Late, an overhead attack that on counter causes a ground bounce and leads to a combo. You can use this thing to mix up your opponent with either teleports or random 2K throws. Lastly, we have Helter Skelter, another overhead attack that if done close to the opponent, it allows you to switch side and invert the opponent's guard multiple times, since it makes Slayer bounce once it lands, allowing him to follow up with either an air dash or to stay on the same side. It's also useful as an Okizeme tool, but you can get grabbed once you land if you're too careless. However, the reward on confirm is amazing as you can convert into a full combo. On counter, you also get the chance to convert into Pile Bonker, carrying the opponent to the other side of the screen. This leads to Slayer's Overdrives, which aren't completely useful, but they can be worth something on certain situations. Dead on Time, it's Slayer main reversal. It's a very powerful hit that makes Slayer travel a good portion of the screen. It can be used on reversal against uncareful opponents, but it's unsafe on block, so if you get caught, you're gonna get punished heavily. Eternal Wings is the only Dragon Punch available for Slayer, and like the others, it's unsafe on block. On confirm, however, it launches the opponent in the air and it's perfect as an anti-air against jumping opponents. In the corner, it can be confirmed in very damaging combos, and on counter, the damage increases heavily. Also because on counter, you have more chances of converting Eternal Wings into Pile Bonker combos. Straight down Danny, it's Eternal Wings upside down, an overhead air overdrive that staggers the opponent on hit. It's also useful in the air to finish off combos once you finish your juggles, if you like to spend meter for damage, but I suggest you keep that meter for other things. It can be used in various situations to cross up the opponent, but it has a catch aside from being relatively unsafe. It makes Slayer slide while in the air, so you have to aim when using it. Slayer uses tricks and quick actions in order to mix up the opponent as much as possible. He prefers to force the opponent to block and give him enough room to retaliate and then punish him accordingly. The command throw must be used once you have conditioned the opponent. Take advantage of Slayer's teleports, It's Late and Helter Skelter to constantly make your opponent guess, but beware of Dragon Punch users since they may try to get out of your offense that way. For combos, we're going to refer to the challenge mode of the game, and most of Slayer combos here must be intended as your basic tools for big damage. Challenge 23 can be finished in two ways, either with a knockdown or a conversion with red or C. Challenge 26 converts your Helter Skelter into a combo, and you can attach a red or C to extend your combo with crosswise heel. Challenge 27 lets you convert the bite in a simple juggle combo, but it doesn't hurt that much. Just keep it in mind, it just needs a single thing to make it a little bit more worth it. Challenge 28 is your main way to convert throws into combos. Challenge 30 is your example of pile bunker combo. Just mind the height of your opponent when doing that. Challenge 31 is just a dust combo. Keep it in mind as it does a good chunk of damage. Challenge 32 shows you the potential of pile bunker at the corner. If the opponent is jumping, you can start the same combo without dust as well. Challenge 33 shows you how to convert 2H into a rewarding juggle, followed by a knockdown. Most useful near the corner, and with a little variation it turns it into a pile bunker combo for a huge portion of damage. That's all folks, I hope you enjoyed this video, and sorry for my bad English, but this is my first attempt introducing a tutorial and I may or may not keep going depending on the answer on this video. For a while this will be a private video since it's merely a test, but if your answer is positive I may as well do English versions of my own tutorials. That said folks, I await your answers, and here's a Salvo D, out!